Hello and welcome back to my channel, Solo Adventure. I am less than 20 days out from getting ready to start my journey on the Pacific Crest Trail, and I am nervous. But in hopes of maybe helping you prepare for your trip when it comes time, I will show you a little bit of my organization. So my husband will be back at home sending me resupply boxes. And in doing so, I wanted to make the process a little bit easier for him and not make him have to stress out in sending me the right items. And it will prevent me from receiving the wrong items and then possibly being upset with him. Okay, I would be upset with him. So this way, there's no question about it. I have listed all the items that I have left here at home, and I have them in two totes. So I have this bigger tote. This is my tote one. And in the tote, I have packaged each item and then labeled with a card what it is. And then this is package number one. And then I created a sheet that has each item on it numbered. And then I will also take a screenshot of this and have it in my notes on my phone. So when I need to have him send me resupplies, I can say I need number 1 and number 10 instead of me saying, oh, I need that black base layer top and the Sahara sun hoodie. This way, it just leaves no question to it. So here's some of the things that I've left in my packages or in my boxes so that he can send me if I need them. These are just pretty much extra stuff in case I want, but with exception of some of my Sierra stuff that I need. And I'll have him send my ice axe to, I'm not sure if I'm going to do Idlewild or PCH. So I might do that. I'll probably do PCH, PCV, and go from there. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I am still kind of unsure on where I'm going with all of my stuff. I'm stressed out on, I have a whole list of here's all the possible resupply stops that I can make and how many miles it is to each one and how many miles it is in between it. But I don't know how far I'm actually going to be able to hike each day. I know on a typical day, like around here in Washington, in some really strenuous mountains, hikes that I've been on, I've done 11 to 14, and that's really pushed me with the elevation. So I'm hoping to start off a lot slower. I've been dealing for the last month with a hip and back injury. It's really prevented me from being able to do the training that I've been doing. So it's really got me concerned. So anyhow, here's some of the items. So I have a couple knee braces, and then I've got some extra patches for my sleep pad and my tent if it rips. So this is tenacious tape. So if you've never heard of that, it's really good. It's very flexible, and they use it on patching down. So if you're on your down jacket, if you get a hole in that, so it's really versatile. And then I also have in another pack, I've got a lot of my first aid stuff. So these are Band-Aids, tape, extra KT tape, some blisters, Neosporin, extra meds, extra fingernail clippers, lighters, some safety pins. So I've kept that in there. And then let's see, my actual pump sack for, excuse me, my actual pump sack for my sleep pad. I am actually taking the Flextail, the lightest one. I can't think of what it's actually called, but weighing my pump and this pump, it was the same amount of ounces. So of course I'm going to do the one that's battery powered because I love the ability of getting to camp, setting up my tent, and then putting a little pump in my airbed and then going and doing what else I need to do and get set up, because that's one of the camp chores I don't enjoy doing. So let's see. In this one, I have some extra bike shorts. So, and then I have actual for like the Sierras. I have this long sleeve. It's a wool hoodie, and it's really, really warm. So if I need it, I will definitely have Dave send it, because I'm someone that gets cold, and I do not want to be unprepared or extremely uncomfortable, because that will make my ass go home real quick as far as being cold. So, and that's 100% wool, that hoodie. I forgot who it's through a company in Montana. I can't think what it's called right now. I'll put it in the notes down below so you can get it. And this is just an extra sun hoodie that I have. I'll be taking one and hiking in that. But I anticipate the one that I'm starting off with to get pretty gross. And so I'll have that one to send home, or send to me on trail. And then this is an extra base layer. I am taking in my actual pack a base layer that I always sleep in, and I sleep in one of the warmest. The warmest out there is 400. I sleep in the 320. Even in the summertime, there's a few times I've gotten too warm and then I just sleep outside my sleeping bag. But 9 times out of 10, when it gets cold up in the mountains, to me, it is cold. I'm someone, when we're camping on our family camping trip, which is down at a lake, myself, I'm not someone in the evening that sits around in my shorts. I'm all bundled up in my sweats and my jacket. And I have another friend that's the same way. He's the same way, so I'm not the only freak out there. So I have an extra pair of base layers that I will have David send to me if the snow is still pretty bad when I reach there. Because I do not want to use my base pair that I sleep in. I have a designated pair for if I need to hike in them, and then I'll have a pair that I just sleep in. So that's always nice to climb into clean clothes at the end of the day and not have to, have icky climbing clothes on. So I have another tank and short set ready to go for him. Let's see, an extra pair of long socks. I'm going to use the extra long socks, darn tough socks through the Sierras. So, and then I do have packed a pair of my long Gore-Tex skaters. These are waterproof. So again, depending upon what the snowpack is in the Sierra, I will take those. And then everything is ordered in here by number, so it's not hard for them to find if I have to have them send them. And then these are Gore-Tex mittens that most likely I'll have him send me. So those. Let's see what else. This bag, I just have a bunch of miscellaneous items instead of putting each one in each bag. I was like, I'm going to throw a bunch in one. This has some extra lighters, some zip ties, extra strap, extra tent stakes, and then I do have a waterproof phone case if I need it. I doubt I will. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep everything all in one spot so he's not having to look around and determine where things are. So I figured this was the easiest. It took a lot of work on my part, but that's okay. So these are extra backpack clips. So I use these. I originally got some through Chicken Tramper. I use on my backpack a phone pouch here, and then over here water carrier pouch. And these, I don't know if you can see them. Let me show them. These clips just goes onto the webbing, and then it clips here and then clips here and holds everything on there. So I got some of those. These ones actually are through Amazon, and I was able to get a lot more here than I would from Chicken Tramper. So exact same ones. And let's see what else we got here. I've got the windscreen for my stove. Again, I don't think I'll need it, but just in case, I do have it ready to go. And then, let's see. This is a 32-degree vest. That's the brand, 32 degrees. If I need it. And then some extra earplugs. I'm taking a pair with me. And what else we got? Everyone laughs at me with this one. I do not enjoy the mosquitoes. Not that anybody does. I understand that. But where we camp at on a normal basis, there's a time of year that they are horrendous. And I get so itchy that I am just unbearable. And I can't stand it. I will itch and itch until I bleed, and then they get infected. So this is an actual full bug suit. So it's top and bottom. I actually followed a girl last year that had one, and I was like, oh my God, that is brilliant. I'm going to get one. So off of Amazon, I got it for $24. And I have the head note. I mean, this actually came with the gloves, the bottoms, the top. It's all separate. A hat. I mean, it's head to toe. You're covered from bugs. So I will be prepared through Oregon and the Sierras if needed. Okay, so I've got 2 different weights of emergency ponchos, and those are super lightweight. I do have a 3-layer rain suit that I'll be taking. So, and then this is my Reactor Extreme. It's by Sea to Summit. It is a warmer sleeping bag liner. Probably through the Sierras, I will have David send me this. I'm already starting off with like a really lightweight one, and that is just to keep my sleeping bag clean or cleaner. So I do have an actual emergency bivvy. I don't know that I'm taking that. I do have an emergency blanket I am taking though. Some foot warmers. I think I already said my waterproof socks. I will be sending home from those. I've got 2 different kind of gloves here. These ones I wear all the time. They're just the head or heed gloves that you get from Costco. These are great though. They're screen touch. And then these are wool gloves. And I will probably put those inside of another pair of gloves that I have. This is just a little town bag that I picked up at PCT days this last year. I'm not going to take that at all. Oops, those are my wool gloves. And then I've got several pair of extra darn tough socks. Because I understand through the desert part, you get that really fine sand in your socks, and regardless, it doesn't come out. So I'll be having Dave send a bunch of different pairs throughout the hike to me, along with, so an extra pair of sleep socks. That is one thing I do. So I do the Injinji toe socks. So these are the wool liners. They're just as thin as the gray ones. I always just use the really thin gray ones. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I already have them packed, so they're not in here. But then I accidentally ordered these when I thought I was ordering the other ones this year. And I was surprised that these are the exact same thickness. So merino wool doesn't stink as much, because the other ones, I know those do stink. And I can't see the dirt as well on these, so it makes me feel better. So a couple pair of extra darn tough socks, an extra water filter, and I do have extra, this is the cleaning coupler, and I'm taking one, and then I've got some extra water O-rings is what I'm saying. And then the baskets for my trekking poles for the Sierras. So that's what's in this tote. And yes, I have another tote. So that's more like clothing stuff. And then I do have a couple pair of shoes and a pair of boots that possibly I will have Dave send to me. A lot of people do not hike in boots in the Sierras and do not hike in waterproof shoes, because those, regardless, you're going to get wet going through the streams, and it takes longer for the waterproof shoes to dry out, whereas if you're just wearing trail runners, they dry a little bit quicker, although they don't dry real quick. Last year I got my feet really, really wet, and with 3 days of just not even hiking and staying in my tent, they did not dry out. But anywho, that's what they say. So in this tote, I have more of like bathroom items. And so I've got like extra little sunscreens, some hand sanitizers, antibacterial soap, face and body soap, shampoo, conditioner, some lotion, Q-tips, face and body wipes, poop kit wipes, wet wipes, my daily contacts, contact solution, razors, extra toothpaste, floss, mini toothbrushes, mini chapsticks, a thing of chafing gel, laundry sheets, then I got a little face cloth, and then I've got a couple meds in here just in case. So these are what, oops, let me show you real quick. These are what the laundry sheets are. They're really great. So I've got 10 in each bag, and they're individual sheets, and you just take it out and throw it in the laundry. So not hard to do and not messy. So, and lightweight. So that's what we want. And these are all unscented. You don't want things that smell while you're out there, because that just brings in the animals, and we don't want that. So I do have a couple bags that I put some wet wipes in. I typically will just carry bundles of the, let me show you. Let's see. These are my daily contacts. So, and I'll be carrying a month's supply at a time along with my meds. So I do have a pack, 10 bags of, these are actual Lysol wipes. Norovirus goes around each year on the trail, and I figure when I'm in some common areas, I'll just use the Lysol wipes, because that is the only thing that will help prevent norovirus, along with washing your hands with actual soap. Hand sanitizer does not kill it, so keep that in mind. So these are the wipes. It says poop kit, but I also have them for my face. Wipes that I will use. They're really great. They are dehydrated, and so I take these, like I said, when I'm normally hiking, and these wipes are amazing. They're nice and thick. They're better than another name brand that is sold at a common backpacking and hiking store, REI. Yeah, these ones are off Amazon, and like I said, they're thick. I actually could use this 3 or 4 times if I wanted to. I tried some out when I first got them, and I did. I was removing my makeup with them just out of curiosity to see how long they, would last, and they're nice and thick. I let my girlfriend use some when we were hiking last year, and she was like, "Wow, those are really great. I'm going to have to remember those." So, I literally just put a cap full of water, and it expands to a full-size wipe. So really great for those. And then when I did my bathroom supplies, like my shampoo and conditioner, I literally bought 15 different travel bottles to see which one would work best. And I wanted the lightest weight. So I had to do a lot of returns. But this is what worked for me. These were lightweight. They are, let's see, these are the 20 milliliters lip gloss containers. So I don't know if you can see those. This one has lotion in it. But you can get quite a bit in there. I figure this one, this is lotion, so it'll last me a while. But I have my hand sanitizer in there, all my soaps, shampoos, all that kind of stuff. And I did a trial here at home. I just got done cutting 4 inches off my hair. But with even my longer hair, I figured I could get at least 3 times of washing my hair with one. And conditioner, I will be cutting it close because I use a lot of conditioner. But anyways, hand soap and all that kind of stuff will last quite a while. So if you're looking for something that's really lightweight, these are great. And I think I got 50 of them for $10. So really great. Again, those are the 20 milliliter lip gloss containers. So I think that's about it. Yeah, these are all, like I said, this is just my hand sanitizers and the things I read off on the list. So hopefully those items will help you, and you'll find yourself on the Pacific Crest Trail also someday. If not, one of the other long trails. So enjoy, and I hope you follow along on my journey, which is getting ready to start here in less than 20 days. I am so stinking nervous. So anyways, catch you on the trail and have a great time.